I mean, I'll go out with people just as friends, but you're gonna
We
get
splitting
friend
the bill.
treatment. I ain't splitting shit. I'm paying for my shit. You paying for your shit. We gonna have separate bills, all right? We ain't sharing shit. You stay in your lane. I'm gonna stay in my lane, just like I treat all my other friends. I ain't splitting the bill when I go out with Tony. Tony pays for his shit. I'm gonna pay for my shit. Yeah, keep that eyebrow up. He want to sit there eating onion rings, getting tater tots. He wants corn dogs, and all I'm eating is wings and beer, and now we got to split the bill? Nah, I'm going to pay for my shit. You can pay for your shit.
Well, for our first topics, ladies and gentlemen, Twitter's been going crazy about this whole Gabrielle Union explaining that Dwayne Wade and her split the bills. House bills, car bills, everything's 50-50 down the middle. And Black Twitter's been saying, yo, I would rather pay all the bills than split an ounce of any bills with my husband. I don't find it strange, but dope.
Why don't you find this strange? What does that mean?
I don't find it strange that they're splitting the bills. I'm agreeing.
Well, then, I think it's a completely normal thing to do, and I think everyone is kind of showing their cards and showing how ass they are of people. Like, I'm like, yo, you're just a piece of shit. The shit that people have been saying, like what you just said. There was a woman who said, I would rather pay my own bills and be single than have to split the bill with someone. And they're like, what? Like, that don't even make sense.
My problem to that, too, is like, so what? So Gabrielle's just living free? Wade's paying all the bills? She doesn't have to pay not an ounce? That's crazy. Why? Like, what's the point of having a relationship? We're all screaming 50-50 women's rights. Let's be 50-50, stop being sexist, but this is the most sexist comment I've ever heard in my life. I don't want to pay no bills if I'm with my husband. He needs to pay them all. It's a little outrageous.
I find it interesting that a lot of the people that have these opinions be unmarried, single as hell, or just like kind of dating around. These are people that don't seem to have that many life experiences. Like, of course, there's women out there. There's couples out there. If it works for them, then by all means. If they want to do the whole thing where only the man is making the bread and only the man is paying the bills, like, do what you got to do. But this idea that it's absurd that, you know, people are both going to pay into this relationship equally, I don't know. I don't know. It seems ridiculous that anybody would find this absurd. It is interesting that it's like people be so quick to be all on their feminist bag, like women having all these rights to all this stuff, which is beautiful, right? I support all that shit. But then on the flip side, be like, you got a dick, then you got to pay the bills. Like, damn, when did we turn into red pillars? Like, I thought we was on our feminist bag. Like, I don't know. It just seems funny to me, like the contradiction. But
no, yeah, for sure. Like, it's just like you can't have it both ways, ladies. You either want to be the housewife and do all the cooking and cleaning and all this, and we pay all the bills, or we're splitting duties down the middle like you also want. It's not a win-win situation here. Like, there's nothing. This is a point proven. There's nothing that can make some people happy sometimes. You know what I mean?
I've even said I want a traditional marriage, but then I thought about it and I'm like, I would much rather be splitting the bills with the person I'm with than having to foot the whole bill. So even I had to check myself. I'm like, damn, do I really want a traditional marriage with one of these people who expects the man to pay for everything? I'm like, I don't know. It kind of opened my eyes a little bit. There was I like the memeage that is coming out from this. What was the polygamy one, Bush?
It was a dude holding, he had two girls, and he was just like, 3 incomes never look so good. And then somebody quote tweeted that picture. Yo, they're sharing dicks and they're splitting bills? Question mark. Yeah, the tweets are hilarious. Yo. And I love that it's like shit that ain't even related. Like I'm just kind of scrolling Twitter on this feed. There's a video of some woman going mad hard dancing on this man, and he turns to the side. He's like, he mouths, "Yo, this bitch stinks." Like he's mouthing that, like, and then someone quote tweeted that shit. Because first they're gonna say it's his fault that her pH balance is off, and he's gonna get criticized for splitting the bills. And it's like, what? The bills had nothing to do with this video. Like,
I love Black Twitter. They can't take anything serious. They take it too serious, and they're not enough.
Look at this tweet. She said this girl had a date scheduled with a guy, right? And the guy called her to remind her they were splitting the bills.
Damn.
Super weird move, by the way. I would never call someone to be like, yo, by the way, we're splitting the bill. And then she put, I don't mind splitting bills, but why you had to tell me? I blocked his ass. The fuck you mean? If you're broke, talking about you broke, and then she blocked him. And then I'm just curious. I clicked on her profile. It says she's a medical student and she writes back-end and machine learning code. So she's a programmer and she's about to be a doctor and shit. And she's like, so she's gonna have bread, or she got some amount of bread, and she out here criticizing like I don't know. It just seems like you don't need anybody to you don't need anybody to pay your bills. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how even when people got it like that, they are still entitled to that. They'll be with a broke dude, right? You could have some, from her point of view, she could be a doctor and then she could be dating some guy. I don't mean to say broke. I ain't trying to judge nobody's life. But if you got like a lesser income, the expectation is still that she's going to get to keep all her doctor money, and he's going to have to he been working at the car wash or something, and he got to fork over all the bills for her. It feels weird to me. Like,
yeah. I think a lot of people want things to be convenient when they're convenient. And I think, unfortunately, the double standards in this case are they're really fucking to the extremes. I actually have no problem paying for the date. The problem is when they just expect you to, you know what I mean, go on for me, if I'm taking you out, it's because I like you and I want to go out with you. I know a lot of people who are like, oh, I want to go out, but just as friends. I'm like, I don't want to go out just as friends. I'm like, I'm good off that. We don't have to go out to eat then. I was like, I'll take that back.
I mean, I'll go out with people just as friends, but you're going to get friend treatment. I ain't splitting shit. I'm paying for my shit. You paying for your shit. We're going to have separate bills, all right? We ain't sharing shit. We ain't sharing touches. Like, nah. You stay in your lane. I'm going to stay in my lane, just like I treat all my other friends. I ain't splitting the bill when I go out with Tony. Tony pays for his shit. I'm going to pay for my shit. Yeah, keep that eyebrow up. He want to sit there eating onion rings, getting tater tots. He wants corn dogs, and all I'm eating is wings and beer, and now we got to split the bill? Nah, I'm going to pay for my shit. You can pay for your shit.
To an extent, I think that's reasonable. But if we're all only drinking, yeah, I don't mind us splitting the bill. Why not? We're all going to take shots. We're all going to drink
10
our beers.
shots!
It just, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't want to pay for anybody's bill if it's only mine. My significant other, we can split bills. Like, it's very simple. Like, anybody who's been in a relationship for a long time knows that there's benefits to splitting bills for both parties. Why does only one person have to literally pay everything, take you out, and then now you're sitting there with your usage of your money being gone, and there's just stack up? It's weird and selfish, I would say. For those of you on their Twitter saying, oh, I'd rather pay all my bills, that's probably why you're single. You're not down to meet 50-50. That's a problem. That's a problem. And those would be the first people or first group of women that would be like, this is sexist. We need equal rights, equal opportunity. Word. So let's take turns taking out the trash. Let's take turns doing things since, 50-50 doesn't work or 100% to 0% doesn't work.
I see a lot of men willing to change and willing to change the manscape, whatever, you know what I mean? The masculinity landscape. And I see very few women willing to do the same. And I think it's disappointing. I feel like that we should both be willing to disengage from the patriarchy. That like, I just think a lot of people benefit from it. So when you're losing out, now you're like, oh, now these new rules kind of suck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like the old rules, and I don't know. I just find it that if it's convenient for people, they'll keep those toxic parts, those toxic traits, but still call for like advancement. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't be able to do that. You should be able to call for advancement no matter what. But I just think they're half in, half out. And this could be a man or a woman. I've seen men saying if another man takes them out, they gotta pay, shit like that. So it's like whoever feels like the less dominant person in the relationship, I guess feels like they should have their stuff paid for. If the person is chasing you, then they should be paying for you. But I've never in my entire life, I've mostly always paid. A woman has never paid for me.
The worst are the ones who expect it automatically. Like if a whole bunch of us are going out together and you're like, yo, we're all going out, you should link up with us too. Like we're all chilling. But, all right, cool, I'll meet y'all out there. You go there, eat, and then they're looking at you like, oh, you paying for me? What? Nah, you paying for yourself. You got your own job. Like why would I be paying for you? Like
I would have asked you when you called. I would have been like, yo, I don't got any money.
That's different. That's different. Yeah, that's different. But I'm saying you're all sitting there at the bar and then you're already ordering food and you're like, yo, you paying for this? Nah, who says I'm paying for that? Like, you bugged out. Like, it doesn't, like, there ain't no.
And I'm cool with paying for my boy's drinks and stuff like that once or twice. And like, you know what I mean? It has to be spread out. But I don't mind paying for like drinks with my boys and stuff like that if my boys like don't got it at that moment.
It's not even about it's just in general, family, friends, cousin. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Like it's just people automatically assume like, yeah, he's gonna pay for me. Like, nah, I've never been that type of person. Anytime I go out with you, first off, if I'm saying I don't got it, I ain't going out. Second of all, if I do go out, it's because I'm expecting to pay my own bill. You should no one in this world should go out with people and think that someone else is gonna pay for your bill. Like if you don't got money, bro. Ask somebody if you do have money and you just expecting people to pay for you, you're bugging. Don't go out, my boy. Just stay home and relax. Like, do whatever else because, I don't know. I just never been that type of person.
People got to be doing something really fun for me to be like, I'm about to go out into them streets broke as a joke and ask one of my friends to cover my bill or something like. Like, if I ain't got money, I just stay my ass at home. You know what I'm saying?
Even our broke days, we were kids, we'd go out and stuff, like, splitting meals or whatever. Like, yo, we'll put half in or get a pizza together. You know what I mean? Like, that's reasonable. Hey,
split a Chinese meal into 3 and shit? Like,
well, those 10-piece wings be crazy. Like, yeah, that's a big meal. But no, yeah. This whole sexist, feminist, all this bull crap that'd be out there, and then when it comes time to split things up,
is it sexist for women to want men to pay the bills? Is that sexist?
Yeah, 100%. And whoever says that doesn't, if you comment on this part of the video, you're bugging.
And maybe sexist is a harsh thing
right?
to label it, but it's definitely a benefit that women are receiving due to what people call the patriarchy, right?
Yeah.
And that's a disadvantage that men have. Men have to pay into that. And, you know, but both sexes get certain benefits from the status quo. And they also both get certain disadvantages, right?
Disadvantages.
And so, yeah, people are like, let's change some of those things so that it could be a little bit more balanced. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like somebody who ain't willing to pay split a bill ain't somebody I'm trying to even be around. So like, it's kind of good these people are like so brazen with that opinion, because this is a person I'm just not even gonna not entertain romantically, but this is somebody I don't even want to be around. Like, I don't even find you a person I want in my vicinity. Like, so I'll just get different friends or find different people to be attracted to or whatever. Like, I'm so straight off of, like, could you imagine trying to share a life with the person who's on some, there's people on here legitimately saying, nah, a man needs to go out there and get 7 jobs to buy the things that I want. Huh? The hell? That shit is crazy. That's like, who raised you? I want to meet that person, because that's the problem. Somebody raised your ass wrong.
Facts. Those are big facts. No one should ever think like that at all. Matter of fact, Pooch, in your relationship, how long did it take for you guys to actually come up with just splitting certain bills? Like, I'm pretty sure, like, after you bought the house, before you bought the house, or out of college, before college, like, at what point in your relationship did you both sit like, okay, we'll just equally split bills here and there? Like, you know what I mean?
Pretty much day one. Like, I mean, when me and my wife, my girlfriend at the time, were together, we were both broke. So, like, we already knew what the deal was. So we're always just trying to do the cheapest things, trying to save money, all that type of stuff. And of course, I used to pay a lot because I was, you know, I wanted her to feel pampered, or, you know, all those types of feelings. But we moved into a place together when we were 19. When we were 19 years old, we started splitting bills that day. Like, we got rent, we splitting this shit. We both got jobs. Like, she had way more money than I did back then. You know what I'm saying? She had thousands of dollars in her bank account when we were because she had worked from like junior high school all the way through like her first year of college. She saved like every single dime. And so, yeah, she helped me a ton, bro. Cause like that money helped us live. It helped us move to when I went to Orlando to go to the university here. There was an amount of money that she was covering for me because I couldn't afford to live. You know what I'm saying? And because of that help, right, that made me better because I graduated, I get paid well, all that type of shit. And it's like, I view it like, if you're going to get with somebody who ain't willing to invest in a relationship, then you know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of relationship are you going to get? Like, and I'm not saying no woman should be out there mandatorily like obligated to you know, help her boyfriend or whatever do anything, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what relationships are going to work out and stuff like that. Like, you can only put so much skin in the game. You put too much, you're going to get burnt, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, you can't put no skin in the game, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody going to take you seriously. You ain't never going to get what you want like that. Like,
yeah. Shit, yeah. You're right about that.
But anyways, my bad, Tony. Yeah, pretty much day one, we were splitting bills.
No, and I think that's normal too. Like, you start off early. You know what I mean? It's not something that to be embarrassed about. Like, a lot of people probably take that into consideration, but nah, it's just, that's an adult thing to do. Like, not one person should do everything, right?
My wife had the opposite toxic trait where she was like, ain't no man paying shit for me. Like, she didn't want nobody to pay nothing for her because she didn't want nobody to ever feel like they got one on her or something like that.
Damn.
Which was to my benefit because I would not have been happy paying for all types of shit. And she ain't even no, like, you know, she ain't no girl that want mad new shoes, purses,
like high
jewelry,
maintenance,
things like not high maintenance at all. So it's like, even if I did have to pay, I wouldn't have felt like crazy, because I already know 90% of the things we're paying into are just obligations to live, you know? But yeah, they be people out here, they want a new coach every quarter. And it's like, ain't getting it, you need an extra job. Get 7 jobs and 2 side hustles. We need 7 jobs and 3 side hustles right now, or this relationship is over.
I'll be feeling like that's every city girl though. Like, so I don't know, man. Any girl in the city.
My wife is a city girl. What you talking about?
Like what city? Not Lake Worth.
She has only lived in cities. What is a city girl to you?
Like an NY chick from Manhattan or something, or family from Manhattan, or one of those nicer areas who are just all in about designer and the new thing every year. They have to have the new next best thing like that.
I think from money is a key there, because even when we were in Palm Beach, we knew girls or people that lived in nicer areas, and they had nicer shit, and they were just more high maintenance than the other women that were around, you know.
The high maintenance girls come from high maintenance families, I guess. But that's all a bad thing, though. Do you think that that's not giving your kids everything they want, almost spoiling?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong. I think people tend to date and be like at their level. So you got rich people, they're gonna tend to hook up with rich people. You're not gonna be finding no girl from a rich family dating the cat, like a dude who flips burgers at McDonald's. Like, it don't really work out. They might not even be in the same circles to even meet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily wrong that somebody likes what they like. I think it's wrong if somebody's like, yeah, if you're not providing all these like random shit, then this isn't a relationship. Feels more like you're not in this for your feelings and stuff like that. You have these material desires that are far more important than attraction or whatever bond you have with a person. For me, it's like, all right, if you into Coach way more than you're into just hanging out with me and stuff, then I don't even like you. Like, this ain't even interesting. Like,